All right, guys, now we're moving on to defense. And stop the video in a second and answer this question out loud. What is the number one thing you should do when you turn on defense? And even fours can be defenders, right? What's the number one thing you should be looking to do? All right, hopefully you paused and then you said protect the goal or go goal side. That's the number one thing you do. You go goal side, right? So we're going to talk through these actions. So again, it depends on where you are, the opponent's half, so preventing build up your own half, or you're close to the goal. Preventing the opponent from moving forward, re-getting the ball, preventing the opponent from moving forward or getting the ball, prevent any scoring or deny their chances, right? So down here, we want to take high percentage options like containing. Up here, I'd still like to see that, but sometimes when you go all in your risk, you could steal the ball and shoot. I would rather push the ball, make it compact, steal it, and then shoot, but we'll learn those things. So how are these accomplished? Close the openings to the goal. Keep the openings closed to the goal. So we make it compact and we narrow down their options, right? We do, if you look at right over here, what are your actions that you're going to do? You protect the ball. So let me just describe what goal side is in case we don't know that. Or, I don't know, sometimes we don't remember. Okay. So let's put a bad guy right here with the ball, and then it is your choice to go goal side. So let me see if you guys can figure this one out. A, B, C, and let's obviously say that this is our goal right here, and this is the bad guy goal up there. Or D. Which one is goal side? So hopefully you did not choose D. Basically, goal side is you preventing them from being able to shoot through the goal. So if the bad guy is over on this side, this is a really big bad guy, as you can tell, then this is their line to the goal. Your goal side would be right there, right? Basically between the goal. As they move, you move, right? So change the goal side. So that is goal side. Now we all know. Steal the ball, make it compact. I'd probably put these two in, well, this is team making it compact and keep it compact. Steal the ball is you. So how do we steal the ball? We've talked about this before. Turn to your parents and tell them, hey, what do we do? The rules are go goal side, finish it. Goal side, come on, I know you know it. You want to make it compact. You want to jockey and then steal. So what does that look like? All right. So the bad guy is coming down with the ball. They're going wide because that's smart. And you have positioned yourself goal side. That is awesome. So what you do is slowly, as they come down, intercept them, right? And now you are going to contain them. So you've made it you've gotten close, right? And now you're slowly getting into them, making it compact, and then you're jockeying. And we jockey in this direction because we want to force them out or back to their goal. So sometimes when a girl's coming down with the ball and we go, la 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 la, we run at them and they go, and then we stop up here and they're like, thanks, and they just keep going. We don't want that to happen. Sometimes, let's see, I'll go here. They're coming this way and we run to where they were. And we're like, oh man, how did we miss that? Right? So we need to plan where they're going. And we don't want to get in front of them lest they turn in. Instead, here they are again. Oh man, that's like a U13 playing down. She's coming down. You anticipate and change your run, and then you jockey this way. And that'll force her to the outside or playing back. We're totally cool with them playing back. Of course, if they're smart, they'll play back and change the direction of the field. But at least that stops their forward progression, right? So we make it compact. If we can get them to go to the sideline, then potentially we get the ball, right? Make it compact. When we make it compact and we get on them and we can almost touch them, and maybe you are touching and pushing a little bit because you want that yellow card for aggressiveness, then they will inevitably make a mistake with the ball because it is nearly impossible to do everything correct with the ball when somebody is on you breathing down your face. So that's why we make it compact. We keep our hips open. We're ready for the movement. Our feet are staggered and we're driving them to the outside or to force that pass back. But we're not letting them go to the goal and we're not letting them cut back down. This is, you definitely do not want to let them towards the goal. If they cut around you, then just go down and cut them off and do it again. It's usually harder to be fast with the ball, unless you're just kicking the snot out of it, than it is to be fast just running and catching up. All right, hopefully that makes some sense right there. And then just like on offense where it says we want to spread out, why? Because we want to create more passing opportunities. We want to make it compact, thus narrowing down the opportunities. And what does that mean? So the bad guys have the ball right here, and they have spread out the field. So they have pass, 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 right? They have these options. They can even go D-pass down here. Maybe if this girl is really good, she can chip the ball all the way across, go over to this side, right? There's lots of options. So what we don't want to do is do like marking like this, right? Because we've created a lot of openings for them to move the ball. So we don't want to do that. Instead, what we want to do is fill these lanes. So what would be really cool is if we had somebody here, so forcing to the inside, right? We had somebody here covering both of these guys. We had somebody here watching this, right? So now we're making this compact. Maybe even this one's coming in and this one's coming in to double team, creating a 2v1 in their side, right? So we have containment. Let's say we steal it. She goes like, aha, I got the ball, boop. And then we have, say, Olivia going, aha, I'm scoring right there, right? Because we had the right position. So on defense, we make it compact, cutting down their passing lanes. We want them to take risky shots and movements, or maybe pass it across the front of the goal, which don't do that. Because Olivia would be there waiting to score, or Emma, or Alina, or one of our forwards would be there ready to score. So if we can let them pass across the goal, that's awesome. Now as our defense, we don't want to pass across the goal. Make it compact, keep it compact. Pressure, cover, balance. Ooh, we haven't really gotten there, but this is kind of what that would look. Okay, assuming this girl has the ball again. So let's go with this one goes in for pressure, right? We want to pressure him to the inside. So we're trying to go, I guess the run would look more like that, to cut off this lane and pressure him to the inside. So pressure, maybe this midfielder now is coming up to cover, right? And then these defenders have talked, and this one's going to come into balance. And as I said, you don't play a position just to play a position. This girl's not really a threat, so now she balances by moving in. Okay, so I'm still goal side. Well, maybe a little bit closer. Goal side of this one. Yep, this guy's open. That means midi probably is looking at this going, all right, I'm just going to position myself well enough that I can get there. Should there be a long kick, I can make this run, right? So the threat is pretty low down here, so we still want to be pushing and pressing. If they can kick that ball all the way up there for a score, then we have a totally different problem. So this girl's not a threat. She's probably offside if we're moving up, right? So pressure, cover, balance. Pressure, cover, and then balance, right? So here we talk about building up numbers. We want to outnumber the opponent. Everybody hates a 2v1. Stay involved. Oh man, this is so huge. We talk about this when we'd say there's only one ball and 18 of you girls. So if you look on this sheet right here, you may think that, all right, so you may think, okay, I'm down here, this would be bad positioning, but let's say where our defenders are playing here. Well, this one, I'm not really involved in this. I'm just going to look off in space and not really see what's going on. So as this girl goes to pressure, and this girl says, oh, I'm not involved, but I could be involved, right? Let's say we have a midfielder right there. Midfielder comes up here to cover, maybe some covering there, right? Now I'm balancing. This one says, well, midfielders have moved in to give more pressure. I'm going to take that space. Yep, and this girl's left on her own, but if everybody moved up, she's now offside, so she has to come back. So you're forcing by using the rules. Rules are always great to know because you can use them to your advantage. And then we'll get into mark a player or mark an area. So we haven't really gotten to that yet. If you watch Levi's team with Coach Matt, U14 boys, they do a ton of mark your player, and he actually says find your contact. So these boys are super aggressive. They do a lot of shoving and pushing. Not enough like you're going to hurt somebody or knock them out or going for a yellow card. There's just a lot of contact. And if you're not a contacty type of player, you're like, what are you doing? Get off of me. And it works amazingly to their advantage. All right, Hopefully this makes some sense. And oh, here's that same list, but for the offensive players. I'm going to shut this attacking or defending video down right now.